come on, load up, cunt. It's stupid when it fucking loading issues. Oh, it just gets a bit fucking over. There's fucking cunts glitching in lobbies all the time. It fucks up everybody's game.
Well, I can't wait until my birthday till my dad's taking me going to buy me Red Dead 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I've never played it, but I'll see how it is.
Next time Sean's on, ask him to do a share play for you. Because I don't really recommend it. Just because it's like, it's visual candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, other than that, the gameplay's pretty dumb. You know, it's like Cowboys and Indians without the Cowboys and Indians.
Angel, you do whatever your little heart desires.
You know, I had to close down before because it had fucked it up. I had fucked it up. Fucked it up.
Shit.
Hmm?
That's pretty cool. Just looking at the trophies of
You gotta check out iHoons. Are you checking out iHoons?
yeah, she's got one got 100%. Rockstar.
Like, the faggot isn't even online anymore. It's like, what the fuck? Can't. So I need to check my KD. Well, we were just playing before. She'll be on in a minute. Hey, Jason. Yeah, no, I'm just setting up that deathmatch and the fuckers aren't even online. Because I ran the wrong one. I did the rooftop rumble and it wasn't finished. It needs tweaking. So I'll tweak that later on and tweak it a bit better because that one pisses me off because it's broken. And I didn't realise how broken it was.
Oh yeah, 70%.
Oh, she's scary as fuck, Neve. Just don't get on her bad side, mate. If you stay off her bad side, you're sweet. But it's pretty tough to get on her bad side.
Yeah, 67%.
You know, Fierce plays a lot with iHoon now. You know, what do you think of iHoon? I love iHoon. I reckon she's greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah, heaps of fun. She does fucking crazy ass shit. You just piss yourself laughing. What did you do that for?
Yeah.
Nah.
I don't even know what that trophy is.
To get on her bad side, mate, you have to be a right fucking dickhead. What do you mean, what trophy, buddy?
Like,
What trophy are you talking about?
The trophy in Grand Theft Auto itself.
The majestic
So,
one?
That's called Blitz. That's a hidden trophy.
Mm.
The details are you performed a classic
26, Neve.
play.
Or 24. Yeah. She's either 24 or 26. So yeah, way too old for you, buddy. And if you want to get on her bad side, just be a filthy mouth. Yeah, well, just, you know, be a sexual pervert, or just be, you know, just make sexual comments that aren't welcomed, mate. You know, you do shit like that, well, that's going to get on her bad side. You know, she hasn't had a very pleasant childhood, so, you know. You know, you guys complain about not being able to go on PlayStation. You know, what? If that's your only problem in life, it's like, well, fuck, good for you. You know, some people actually have real life issues and real life problems. You know, sitting there and fucking not being able to get on PlayStation ain't one of them. You know, so you just gotta be empathetic to other people's fucking situations, mate. Well, there's no point, mate, being weird around girls. Why are you weird around girls? If anything, they're hornier than you, and they're dirtier than you. But some girls, you know, they've had bad experiences with guys, so, you know, they don't want to be around guys that are constantly fucking making, you know, unwelcome comments. You know, and fuck, just speak to them like a human being, mate. You'll be fine. You know, you just gotta stop trying to impress people, mate, because people are impressed by people that, you know, listen and share, not by people that have got something to prove. You just come across as a fucking creep if you're sitting there trying to prove yourself all the time. You know, making disgusting jokes. It's like, they don't want to hear disgusting jokes. It's like the other day, you know, one of the comments was, you know, a dead hot body, you know, what use does it have? You know, and it was a harmless comment, but she didn't realise the way it came across. And, you know, I just made a crass comment like, you know, well, at least it's warm. Now, as an adult, you know, we had an adult joke. Now, she didn't take offence to it because it wasn't directed in a harassing way. It was directed in a funny, like, ha-ha way. It wasn't directed like, oh yeah, if you die I'm gonna rape you type shit. It was just like, well, your dead body, what, a hot dead body, meaning like, you know, fucking sexy dead body. It's like, what use is there for it? You know, and I'm sitting there going, well, you know, at least it's warm. You know, implying that just because you did it ain't mean that I'm gonna, you know, not slip it in. This is disgusting as fuck, mate. But, you know, it was a bit of a private joke. Now, there was no offence taken because it was funny. Because at the point in time, you know, it was just, the timing was just perfect, mate. Everybody was having a laugh. Now, if only you are having a laugh and the other person isn't having a laugh, it's not a joke, mate. You know, it's an offensive comment. You know, like.
What jokes do you guys do when I'm gone?
No, you're missing the point, mate. You're missing the point. I have a personal relationship in the game world, you know, so, you know, we have that trust. Now, I didn't abuse that trust, so when I made, you know, that disgusting joke, it was funny because she knew that I wasn't implying anything sexual towards her. She knew I wasn't being harassing, you know, so she's seen the funny side of the joke. As disgusting as the joke was, it was still funny. But if it was someone that she didn't have a gaming relationship with or a gaming friendship with, then it would be creepy. It would be, it's an unwelcomed comment. You know, it's like me and Fierce. You know, if Fierce is sitting there, getting upset with the game. I'm going to tease the shit out of him to wind him up. Now he's not going to get angry with me because he's going to see the funny side of it. Because it's like we have like a friendship that, that comment is kind of like, implied, well, fucking harden up, cunt. He's not going to sit there and go, oh, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit, because he knows I'm making a joke. Now, if Fierce was playing with someone that was completely new and he doesn't know that person, like Little Rocky coming in and saying, oh, that guy with the lisp. Well, that's not funny, mate, because the simple fact is the guy saying it thinks it's funny, but the person receiving it doesn't think it's funny. So that's a one-way joke, and a one-way joke is not funny. It's offensive, Now, if you're female, it's not just offensive, it's kind of creepy, because it's attention that you don't want. Why are you singling me out? Why are you personally, making me the center of attention? It's like, what are you taking away from yourself? And that's the thing with him. It's like, I could have sat there and gone, well, we'll point out all your intellectual disabilities, mate. I didn't do that, but I could have. But if I had done that, then it would have been a one-way joke, and it's no longer a joke. It's bullying, mate, and I won't tolerate bullying. It's like when you're sitting there calling people a faggot on the stream. It's like, well, you're doing a one-way joke, mate. And you've got to stop those one-way jokes and think about it. Is it funny to that person? If it's not going to be funny to that person, don't fucking say it. Now, if it's funny to that person, at least you can have that banter between you. It's like me and Dirty. I can call Dirty a piece of shit and an arsehole and whatever I want to call him, because he knows I don't mean it. Now, if we didn't know each other, he wouldn't know that I didn't mean it. So he would take that personally, and then it no longer becomes a joke. Can you see how it works? It's like you being nervous around girls. You got no reason to be nervous around girls, but you just got to think about your comments. If you sit there and go, oh, you're so hot and sexy. Well, if I don't know you, that's creepy, mate. That's like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
Now I feel weird and shit. But if I know you, it's like, and you say something like that, I'm going to think it's funny, because I know you don't mean it. It's like yes, what? You're about to say something.
I'm just gonna really quick say, life lessons with NW.
It's like fucking say, I call fucking Fierce a retard because he does something stupid in a game. He's not going to sit there and think that I'm calling him a retard. He's just going to go, well, yeah, that was stupid what I did, so he's going to find it funny. But if he didn't know me, he's going to sit there and he's going to get angry and go, well, why? What do you mean? If there's no, you can't joke with people that you don't know. You've got to be careful, until you build up that friendship where it's like, you're joking with each other. It's like you before apologising to who was it? You called them gay, or you're going on about them being gay.
Right.
Riley. Okay, Riley took offence to that because he didn't find it funny. You did. He didn't. Now, if you have to explain a joke, it's not a joke, mate. You don't need to explain a joke because the punchline and the timing is there. And again, you need to relax a bit more. You need to be, have fun. And when you have fun, the jokes will just come to you and they will be funny. So fucking say Riley does something gay. It's like, oh, you fucking gay cunt. right? He's not going to sit there and go, oh, fuck, you know, I found that offensive. He's going to go, well, yeah, that was kind of stupid, or that was kind of gay. You know what I mean? Because you've built that kind of like friendship where you know that the other person doesn't mean it. And that's the thing. You know, you're still young, so you're learning how to come up with these interactions with other people. And you keep on apologising for yourself. You really don't need to. And I was pretty much talking to myself then because he wasn't even watching the stream. And that's just embarrassing. It's like Riley just leaving now. You know, have I offended Riley because he left the party? Can you see where I'm coming from? Like, I didn't mean any offence behind what I was saying, but the offence can still be taken. It's just that people can't take everything so fucking seriously. Because if you take life so fucking seriously, what's the point of living? It's like this fucking video game. It's a fucking video game. So if someone's sitting there giving you a wind-up, well, who are they? Are they someone who's close to you? Are they someone who's a friendship? Now, if there's a friendship there, it's like, well, you're not going to take it personally. So it's just about having those social interactions with people and building those friendships. Because if you've got a very strong friendship, it doesn't matter what you say or do, that person ain't going to dislike you. That person's still going to like you, but, you know, they can't sit there and say, well, okay, I don't like your belief system, I don't like you no more. Oh, I've got this way of thinking, because you're not thinking the same way that I think, I don't like you no more. You know, you've got to be able to understand that we all come from different cultures, we all come from different backgrounds, and, you know, we all come from, you know, different paths of life. You know, you just got to relax more, mate. Think about what you say. You know, because if you think about what you say, you're not just spitting out verbal diarrhea. And if you're just spitting out verbal diarrhea, it's like, it's just shit that's constantly flowing. You know, and sometimes I feel like I'm in that position where it's just fucking constant shit flowing from my mouth. And I sound like a fucking scratch record. And I don't want to sound like a scratch record because I hate the sound of my voice. Now, I don't know about you guys, but, you know, it's human nature not to like the sound of your recorded voice. Do you guys like the way that you sound? No, nobody does. But nobody is perceiving you the way that you are perceiving yourself. You know, you're always going to be more judgmental towards yourself than you are to others. You know, and if you're always you know, being that hard on yourself, you're not going to be able to make those relationships, because people don't want friends that, you know, are always the best. You know, people want friends that have the same problems and the same vulnerabilities and the same weaknesses, so that they can relate to each other. You know, because if your life is perfect, well, it just feels like, well, you know, your life's perfect and you think you're better than me. Nobody's better than anybody. You know, and a lot of the time in this game, everybody's like, oh, I am the best gamer ever. And everybody's just thinking to themselves, just fuck off, cunt. You know, if you're so fucking good, why don't you just fuck off and play with other people that think that are going to worship you? Because we're not here to worship you. You know, we're here to, you know, have some fun, have a laugh. You know, again, meet new people. As soon as you're just surrounding yourself around the same type of people, what the fuck are you doing in our crew? You know, we've got white supremacists in our crew. Now, how many people in my crew have ever had to deal with racism directed towards them? You know, I've got, like yourself, Neve. You know, you are from an Indian background. Now, I've also got a friend who's from a Pakistani background. Now, he doesn't direct any hate towards you, but you're Indian, mate. Now, you don't direct any hate towards him, but he's Pakistani. So, okay, well, we can joke about each other's, backgrounds, but none of it's personal. It's like all my Australian friends. They tease the fuck out of me because I'm a New Zealander. Oh, you sheep-shagging piece of shit. Well, I just come straight back at them and say, well, you're a kangaroo fucker. So, yeah, yeah, exactly. So there's that banter. Banter is healthy.
Come on, hot walk like a kangaroo.
Yeah, exactly. So we're, we're not going to get upset. It's like the white supremacists that are in our group. It's not that they dislike all black people. They just dislike a certain type of black person. It's just like the black community that's in our crew, right? They don't like the fucko neo-Nazi motherfuckers that are walking around going oi oi mate. But that's understandable. But how is it that you've got a black community playing with a white supremacist community? Where's the sense in it? There's no hate in it. Even that they are perceived to be part of a hate group, they're not a hateful person. It's just that they dislike a certain part of that group. It's like me sitting there calling people a sand nigger or a fucking raghead. Now, it's very degrading. It's very offensive. But my friends that know me, they're not going to sit there and take offence to it because they know it's not directed at them. They know that it's directed at the person that's throwing the insult at me. And that's what we need in our crew. A nice tight group of friends that it doesn't matter what happens, there's no bullying that's going on. It's all we're there to fucking help each other and play a video game, and change ideas. Because if we're sharing an idea, it means that the other person's going, wow, I did not see it like that. I've got a different perception. It's like me, I'm a half and half, so I'm a half caste. Now, I'm going to sit there and fucking go, oh, white privilege and all sorts of shit, mate. Extremely offensive. But the difference is, the offence isn't directed towards my friends. That offensive language is directed to the person that's calling me white trash, or that person that's throwing the insults to me. I'm just giving back the insult, but I'm giving it back at a different fucking level, where I'm gonna fucking sit there and pound his soul, mate. So when he goes to sleep at night, he can't get that shit out of his head. Now for me, I'm going to sleep like a baby. I'm going to have the most peaceful sleep ever because it doesn't affect me. His toxicity or his poison can't get in because I've got friends. I've got friends that understand and enjoy my company. Okay, I'm coming in, mate. I've got Ihoon in here with me, and you've got Fierce in with me. Got Headshots in with me. Headshots is a good cunt. Send Headshots a friend request, Fierce, and just say that now you're fucked. Requested friend request.
What's his name? Headshot.
Yeah, he's a good guy, mate.
Is he in this lobby?
Yeah, say what you need to say, Neve. I am listening. Headshots is in. Yeah.
21?
Yeah.
That's it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, buddy.
Yeah.
I lagged out just then, but I was just coming back to say, I need to hear you.
Oh, okay, thank you. Yeah, sorry we couldn't help earlier.
Oh, it's okay. I'll get done another day, maybe.
No, it's all good. Whenever you can, mate, I'll be around and I'll try if I can to help.
Yeah.
But again, it's all about timing, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll help. I'll do the poking thingy tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye.
Later, buddy. You know, it's like Gtav, bro. I've got mad respect for him. Just because, you know, how he steps up to his responsibilities as a big brother.
Mandatory polygraph testing has been moved to Tuesday.
You know, as soon as I find out that, you know, any degrading behaviour's happening, I'm the first one to come to the defence of the person that's been bullied. There's no way I'm going to tolerate bullying. You know, but some of the stuff that comes out of Dirty's mouth is totally unacceptable. But you don't hear Geordie getting upset about it.
No.
You know, and then Geordie's giving it back just as good as he's getting.
Yeah.
And it is fucking funny. Like, really funny. You know, but if you didn't know the two, like, you'd listen to it and you'd go, wow, that is so out of line. But they're friends. So friends, you know, taking the piss out of each other, well, isn't that what friends are for? So who is our griefer, Fierce?
TK Juice 37.
TK Juice? Gotcha.
37.
Mm-hmm. Can you chuck a bounty on him for me?
Already done.
Good man. Good man.
Okay, the net.
Why you fucking blowing me out, you cunt?
Yeah, I just need a
You're
register.
fucked up.
What's he in? Just a mobility scooter?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he is.
I'm just gonna
He just fucking blew me up.
send
I'm trying to put
Ihoon.
the crew tag on my car.
Yeah,
He blew my car up.
that's alright. I'm just gonna fucking get Ihoon a party invite.
Oh, bloody shit. Oh, shit, yeah. I forgot I got bloody
What can I do for you?
Marth Mutual. You get it back.
No, call your secretary. Call your secretary. You know, your assistant.
Oh, secretary.
Yeah, and I really want to know why I keep on being stuck in fucking third person. I'm really starting to get fucked off with it now. Join through party, Neve. Or join. It's a lot easier. I don't know how to do all this stuff that you're asking me to do, mate. You know, I've only been playing like a year. Try joining through session, my session. It should work, bud. Because Fierce will have to do it for me because I don't know how to do it. Can you send a game invite out to Neve? Hey, dope. I'm just picking on that other arsehole because he was fucking over Fierce's stuff. Currently listening to Phil Collins. I don't care anymore. It is so fucking relative right now. I've got a jet in the air, iHone. Can you take care of that for me?
Hello, Pegasus Lifestyle Management. How can I help you? Your beautiful new aircraft is waiting at our nearest airfield. We hope you're very happy, sir.
Oh, I fucking didn't, you know. So I'm gonna go collect that bounty, and then I'm gonna go back and get that fucking TK uncle. There was a bounty. Do you want to let your crew leader know that I won't be attacking? It's just that I rely on my facility too much to join people's CEOs. Get him to send me a friend request. Neve, I really don't know how to do that stuff. Go to social network online and you'll find it there.
You have for
There's a B11 on its way in too. I don't know if you can see it, but I would say that's coming for us. He's off radar, Dole, so he's coming straight for us. Is there a jet on my tail, is there? Like Neve, you have access to the social club, so just take it off there, mate. It's quite easy. If you got a laptop, that is. But yeah, Captain Strike, I can't see him, but I've got a feeling he's right on me. But yeah, if you check the Rockstar site, it's on there, buddy. Fucking Boys to Men, they can fuck right up. Oh no, it's Backstreet Boys. No, I don't want to listen to Backstreet Boys. Fucking gay ass shit. Oh, got a psycho. Oh, I got a fucking bike. Oh fuck, I just collected that fucking thing. Fuck. Piece of shit. I've got chronic depression, mate. I'm clinically depressed. I committed suicide when I was 17, mate. I deal with it. A really good thing that helped me was magic mushrooms, psilocybin. After taking psilocybin and microdosing on it, it pretty much cured it. I don't even have episodes anymore. So you know, if you're suffering from anxiety and you've got depression, you're going to need adult supervision. You being in China, it's going to be a lot easier to access. So if you go to your parents and just say you've done your research, but do your research, don't just take my word for it, actually do your research on it, and then you go approach your parents and ask them to take you to one of the Chinese medicine stores and get your psilocybin. It's a psychedelic drug, but if it's moderated and it's microdosed in very small doses, you won't get the psychedelic effects, but you will get the medical effects. So it's just tiny amounts, like really tiny amounts, and yeah, that will literally cure your depression. You won't actually suffer from depression. And it's also really good for anxiety. So if you're having anxiety, you've got to look at why you're having anxiety attacks. Marijuana is a trigger for anxiety. So, you know, some people it triggers anxiety. Also triggers paranoia. But you know, I don't suffer from any shit like that no more, mate, because I use psilocybin.
There's the boss. Hi there.
But being in China, it's going to be so fucking easy for you to access.
Let me know what you
whereas
want, and I'll
myself,
tell the
I've got to
Pegasus people to
access
get it
it illegally.
Whatever you want. I'll get him to bring it up to the helipad.
But yeah, no, every year I go out and I have a look around the trees and stuff, and you know, there's the old mushroom, and when you pick it, there's the blue staining in it, you know. I'm not condoning drug use, but I don't see it as a drug, I see it as medicine. I'm getting sick and tired of these cunts getting the drop on me. Yeah, well, they've learnt how to take the savages out, mate. Not everybody has, but most people have learnt. And it's kind of frustrating, actually. Well, that's oh fuck, I can't even pronounce the word. Amicable? No, it'll fucking come to me. The word I want to say right now, I can't pronounce it. Like I know the word that I want to say, but my dyslexia doesn't allow me until I can picture the word in my head. Now I'm restricted by the language that I can actually use because I'm dyslexic. Like I know what I want to say, but I don't know how to say it. So it's not implicable. It's like implicable, and that's all I can see in my head at the moment. So oh fuck, the word I want is right fucking there. I just can't picture it, so I can't say it. That's why you gotta think before you say stuff. Now I can think, you know, like I'm sharp as a tack, mate. But oh fuck it, yeah. I'll say it later when it fucking pops in my head. But yeah, marijuana isn't a drug. Okay, you've been brainwashed to think it's a drug. Psilocybin is not a drug. You've been brainwashed to think it's a drug. Aspirin is a drug. Panadol is a drug. So you're telling me that you don't touch Panadol, you don't touch antibiotics, you don't touch fucking what's the word when they stick the injection in your arm? It's vaccines. So you're unvaccinated and you don't touch Panadol. Now, why is it that pharmaceuticals are accepted in your fucking mind, yet natural pharmaceuticals aren't? Why is it that the pharmaceutical company has a monopoly on illegal substances that they stick in their pharmaceuticals and it's acceptable? But for you to source the natural product and medicate yourself, that is unacceptable because you have been totally fucking brainwashed, mate. Cocoa leaves, okay, that's not a drug, that is a herb. Cacao, chocolate, okay, that is a spice. But as soon as it's stuck into chocolate, it becomes a drug, mate. Did you realise that chocolate is addictive? Did you realise that chocolate is also a drug? So you're telling me you don't eat chocolate? Fuck, I love chocolate, mate.
Whoa.
But chocolate's still classed as a drug as soon as it's been manufactured. Anything that's manufactured becomes a drug. If it is in its natural state, it is a medicine, it is a herb or a spice. So you've literally been fucking brainwashed, mate, to think that it's okay to take certain drugs, but it's not okay to take other drugs. Now, alcohol is a food. It's not a drug. Alcohol becomes a drug when you're purchasing it from a bottle, from a liquor store. That's a drug. But alcohol is actually a food. You use it in cooking. Wine for cooking. Well, what's wrong with using wine for cooking? Alcohol becomes a drug as soon as you start putting it in a glass and drinking it by itself. Alcohol becomes an addiction when that's what you're relying on to relieve your stress, to solve your problems. It doesn't solve your problems. It doesn't make your problems go away. It makes your problems worse. Now, I agree with the alcohol because it creates alcoholism. But just because you smoke marijuana, that doesn't make you a druggie, mate. Yeah, and I'm not biased about it at all. Tobacco. Tobacco isn't a drug. Tobacco isn't a drug until you stick it in a packet of cigarettes and you buy it from the supermarket. It becomes a drug because it's been manufactured. If you grow tobacco, well, there is nothing wrong with smoking tobacco that is homegrown because there's no chemicals in it. It hasn't been manufactured, so it can't become addictive. Nobody will be addicted to fucking natural tobacco. It's impossible. The amount of tobacco that you have to smoke equivalent to a single cigarette is insane, because with a cigarette, that is a drug. Tobacco isn't a drug. Tobacco is a pesticide.
Good to see you, boss.
You burn
Hello.
tobacco to get rid of fucking insects in hothouses. The nicotine is a natural pesticide. Now, as soon as I'm sitting there and I'm rolling up and smoking it, well, it still isn't a drug. A cigar is not a drug, mate. A cigar is basically another medicine or a herb, because you're not just restricted to using it as a drug. You can use it in other applications. A drug is the definition of something that has only one type of purpose.
You do know that
Now,
I've got
they've
2
classed it
degrees,
as
both in
recreational drugs. Well, recreational drugs is whenever you take something for recreational use. As soon as you take alcohol for recreational use, again, it becomes a drug. You smoke marijuana for recreational use, it becomes a drug. But if you smoke marijuana because you have anxiety, if you smoke marijuana because you have sleeping disorders, if you smoke marijuana because you have an eating disorder, say that you are, anorexic or bulimic. Now, marijuana can stop you from looking at yourself as fat. Now your appetite is stimulated by marijuana. So marijuana can be very positive. Marijuana can cure cancer. Now, how is a drug going to cure something? Drugs don't cure anything, mate. Drugs treat the symptoms. That's the definition of a drug, mate. Check it up in the dictionary. It's even in the thesaurus. Just because the government has labelled it as a drug, doesn't make it a drug, mate. The government labelled slavery as legal. It's only been in the last, 200 years where it's become illegal. Now, if you base your moral code around legality, well, your morality is fucked, mate.
What's cooking?
Morality should be something that feels right or feels wrong. That is the definition of morality. Now, if you do something that hurts someone else, that's immoral. Now, why is it that it was legal to own another human being? Well, that's not morally right, correct, or morally right. That's immoral, but it was legal. So what's the definition of your morality? Legality? Well, fuck, mate, I don't want to be you. We're in a lobby that's a free-fall, buddy. That's good. That's good, but you need to calm that. You need to learn about meditation. You need to learn about, how to empty your mind. Because by having so much stuff in your mind, you're clouding your thoughts. You need to have a clear mind. You need to release, from all the bullshit that's in your head. Because that's where your anxiety is coming from. You overthink things. Now you need to practice for your own well-being and your own health, is to take those thoughts and empty your mind. My mind's blank, mate. It's completely blank. And that's why people think that I can, give them advice. Well, no, my mind's blank. So if my mind is blank, when you talk to me, I'm not thinking about anything other than the conversation at hand. I'm not trying to think about a reply. I'm thinking about what you're saying, and then I'm giving my experience and my opinion on what you're saying. I'm not sitting there listening to what you're saying and already have a pre-designed answer before you've finished your sentence. And that's what you need to practice. You're still young, so it takes time, mate. I just haven't been able to sit there and just switch my mind off.
You know, I've actually had to train my mind to not be clouded with all these thoughts, because they're not going to help you, these thoughts. You know, they're just going to confuse you. And again, it's like, if you believe in heaven and hell, and if you believe in the God and the devil, well, you know, by having your mind full of all this distractions, that's the devil, mate. You know, trying to make you doubt yourself, trying to make you question things that don't need to be questioned. You know, you got to learn to accept stuff for what it is. You know, if somebody says something to you, you know, don't take it for gospel. You know, question it, of course, but you know, you know what's right and wrong. You know, nobody can tell you what's right and nobody can tell you what's wrong. You know inside your heart. That's why homosexuals are so defensive. They get like very angry and they get very defensive, because they know in their heart what they're doing is wrong. You know, now that's not your problem, that's theirs. Now, they can sit there and attack you and say that there's something wrong with you because you're not accepting of it. They have no right to make you accept anything, mate. That's their problem, not your problem. Just don't make other people's problems your problem. Don't get me wrong, I'm not homophobic. I don't really give a shit what you fucking do. But don't expect me to agree with it. I don't have to. I've got this fucker on my ass. No, there is no way. We've been created in His image, mate. Now, you're not created in the image of Satan, you're created in the image of God. Now, if you don't believe in a creator, there's something wrong with you. Now, they've got to disprove the creator theory and you know, prove their scientific theories for the simple fact they need to defend their perversions, mate. Right? Just because they're a disgusting piece of shit, they don't want to go to hell for their perversions, mate. So they've got to disprove it and make you believe that that doesn't exist, mate. But hey, that's their hell. That's their tenants, mate. The other ones that are going to fucking, you know, have to deal with that in the afterlife, not you. Because you've got a soul, mate. Everybody's got a soul. You know, you can't sit there and say that you don't have some sort of divine energy inside you. You know, that's ridiculous. fuck, they carved it in stone thousands of years ago. And their technology, millions and thousands of years ago, is so fucking advanced to what our technology is today. We can't even emulate some of this shit. The stones that they built, like the pyramids that they built, there's no fucking way we can even figure out how they did it. So you're telling me that some ancient fucking technology is stupid? No fucking way. If they believed in a god, there's something in it, mate. There has to be something in it. You know, but everybody's like, oh, science today. Science? No, that's the new religion. It's called the New World Order, mate. Now, they've got to disprove the theory of God just so that they can control all of us. You know, take away our hope, take away our dreams, take away the kindness. You know, if you haven't noticed, it's like everybody in this world today is evil. Everybody in this world today is just perverted. Some of the shit that they do is like morally fucking disgusting, mate. You know, they rape children, they murder one another. But hey, there's no God. You know, so when I die, well, what punishment am I going to... You're not going to receive any punishment, mate, in their belief system. But I'm telling you right fucking now, mate, God is you and me. God is a one consciousness. Look at yin and yang, negative, positive, you know. We have a divine... We're all connected. That connectiveness is the definition of God. God isn't some fucking wizard in the sky, mate. No, it doesn't work like that. You know, you think about reincarnation. People don't believe in reincarnation. They think, oh yeah, you only live once, YOLO. You know, that is evil shit, mate. I got just obliterated by the cannon. You know? Look at his fucking little griefer mask, mate. You know, just another person who's angry. Another person that hates themselves. So they've got to take their hate and put it on you. Just don't let that hatred attach to you. Now, hatred has its place. Without hatred, you will not survive. You know, it's like fear. Fear is something that you do not want to have it in your being. But if you don't have it, you will not survive. You have to have fear, but you just don't let that fear control you. You're allowed to be terrified, you're allowed to be scared, but fuck, don't let it control you. It's natural, it's a survival mechanism. You know, it comes from the reptilian brain. You know, the agula magala. It's the pineal gland. That is your primal brain. You know, us as a species, we've been created. We are not natural. You look at the animal kingdom, there is genetics in our code that is alien. Where the fuck did it come from? Well, the scientists can't explain it. So they misdirect you and they make you not look there. Now, if you're sitting there with the TV on, turn that fucking shit off now. You know, playing a video game, you are choosing the content. You are choosing the content. There's no brainwashing happening right now. This game is not brainwashing me. What it is making me desensitized to violence. So, when somebody gets murdered on the street, you know, there's 7 billion more of us. Can you see what I mean? How these programs are in play? Now, when you're watching TV, okay, doesn't matter what fucking program you're watching, the story is always the same. The hero wins the day. The hero gets the girl. The hero is always win. Good triumphs over evil. What a crock of fucking shit, mate. Total crock of shit. The world does not work that way. The biggest, scariest person ain't gonna win. The person with the largest numbers is always going to win. Always going to win. Nobody fucks with China just for the simple fact is how many there are. You know, you look at fucking World War II, they dropped a fucking bomb on them, mate, and nuked the fuckers off the face of the earth. Why did they do that? Because they are united, mate. Kamikaze. They will fight to the fucking death. And they had numbers. Like, no fucking American is going to fight as hard as a fucking Japanese. No fucking way. That's why they dropped a bomb on them. To break them. To break their will. Don't let people break you. You know, the army couldn't break me. And what they said to me, it's like, we must break you to make you. But because I had committed suicide, there was no fucking way you could break me, because I threw away the only thing that meant anything. Now, okay, tell me, if a kid commits a big sin, like watching porn, can he ever redeem himself? Okay, it's natural. It's natural, okay? Porn's not a bad thing, right? Porn is definitely not a bad thing. It's the type of porn that's the bad thing. You can watch porn, it is okay. Now, if you're watching porn where a female is being degraded, abused, beaten, or whatever, any type of violence in that porn, it is no longer healthy. If you're masturbating 5 to 6 times a day, that's not healthy, right? If you're, you know, for a male needs to masturbate. It's just part of fucking his biology. Now, I'm at that certain stage in my life where I don't need to do that, because, you know, of my training. You know, I've been doing martial arts for a very long time. So with meditation, I practice Tantra. Now, if you know anything about Tantra, I learned to control that energy. I control that desire and that need. Now, when I do come into a sexual relationship, or, you know, I have a partner where I can be sexual with, again, I can control that desire. It's animalistic. Well, I'm not an animal. You know, I'm a human being. I'm a sentient being. I'm not the sheeple. I'm not a feeder. You know, I'm not a spook. And this is why people are threatened by me, because I have become awoken. I can see what it is for what it is. I can see the world. Now, people that are watching TV cannot see the world. What's his name?
What can I do for you?
I can't target him without a bounty. Is that the guy with the bounty? I'm going for BWS 2000. Is that him? Oh, IV. Okay, IVX. Okay, like I said, get the fuck out of there. Yeah, well, you need to get out of there and take cover. Don't give him the satisfaction of the kill, mate. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Does Ihoon know? Because if you stick a bounty on him, Ihoon's just gonna fuck him up, mate. You know, Ihoon's like me. She doesn't tolerate people. You know, it's like, if you want to grief someone, grief me. You know, stop griefing the people that can't defend themselves. You know, look, you know how he's going to die and kill himself because he wants to protect his KD. He is terrified of me. He is, look, see how he's just gone passive? He does not want to pick on someone his own fucking size, mate. Because he knows he's fucked, mate. So he's going to pick off people that don't have the weapons, don't have the armour. Okay? Now, Ihoon is recognised where he is, who he is. You know, I've recognised him. I've got him fucking highlighted, mate. So as soon as he comes out of passive, I'm going straight back there. Now, he's unaware that iHoon's got his number too, mate. And that's why it's important to stick bounties on people, because we know who the ones are that need to be griefed. Because we're not griefers, mate. We're just gamers that are so confident in our game that, you know, we're looking for a challenge. Now, picking on someone that can't defend themselves, well, that ain't fun. To us, that's not fun. But finding someone that likes to pick on other people, we give them their medicine, mate. Now, when we give them their own fucking medicine, look how they go all fucking quiet, and they shut the fuck up, and they go in their little passive shit. You know, when I get orbital cannon, mate, I think it's fucking funny. You know, they get upset. I don't. I think it's fucking hilarious, mate. Orbital cannon me again. I'm flattered. Okay, now we've got a chopper in the air. You know, if it's not a savage or if it's not a buzzard, I leave it the fuck alone. You know, if it's a savage or a buzzard, I take it as a threat. Now, it's not no threat, so I leave it alone. You know, what threat is it? It is not threatening at all. You know, so I look for the next threat. And I try to remove that threat. Like, this guy keeps on shooting me. He really wants to fuck me off. It's like, dude, I'm not even interested in you, and you want to fucking, you know, get my attention? Here, have my attention. You still want my fucking attention, mate. You really want my attention. I've got no problem giving you my attention, mate, but don't cry about it. So headshots is friendly, iHoon. If you don't have him on the friend request, he's a good guy. But yeah, don't get concerned if you've been watching porn, mate. Just the type that you're watching. You know, and just be aware when you're sharing that sexual energy, you're wasting it. Yeah, iHoon is in the party, buddy. She doesn't tolerate any fucking shit either. She's level 700, mate. Do you really think she's gonna fucking waste her time picking on somebody that's like level 10? No fucking way. You know, if the level 10's getting owned by her, it's a fucking griefer. Like, this little faggot thinks he can grief from his little safe spot in his car park. You ain't gonna save him, mate. You know, hide in your little car park. Neve says hi, I heard. Oh, I see him, 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 I see him. He's on the first level. And Ihoon says hello, Neve. No, she hasn't. She generally mutes most people, so don't take it personally, but she hasn't muted you because she doesn't use a mic. Again, you know, yeah, well, she doesn't use a mic, mate. Just for the simple fact is it's just another reason, you know, that, you know, female gamers are targeted. You know, so if she uses a mic, and then it's like other people realise that she's female, and then she gets attention that she doesn't want, mate. She just wants to play a fucking game without being harassed by people, mate. So that's why she doesn't use the mic, and I fully sympathise with that because I've got a female name, mate. My name's fucking Stacy. Now, do you think people actually take the time and the effort to look at my profile? They don't care, mate. They just see the name Stacy, they assume that I'm a female, and I receive dick pics, mate. Do you really think I want dick pics? I don't want fucking dick pics, mate. But I get sent dick pics. Just because people assume that I'm female. Now, I'm not female. So, to me, it's like, I think it's funny that you would do that. So, I take that dick pic and I'll share it with all his friends. And then they say, how did you get his dick pic? And it's like, well, you know, of course I'm going to fucking embarrass the prick with it. But yeah, don't take it personally if you don't hear someone speaking on the, you know, it doesn't mean that they muted you, mate. It's just that they don't want people to harass them. It's like ISIS. You know, look how many times ISIS gets, like, singled out, just because she's the only female talking in the party. Now, her partner uses the exact same profile. So when, you know, she's being singled out in the party, well, her boyfriend jumps on, mate. And their fucking tune changes real quick, mate. Real quick. So they're sitting there talking to ISIS, and then all of a sudden they realise that they're talking to a man. Oh, they back off real quick, mate. Well, it's disgusting, really, to think that, you know, you get certain people singled out, and the only reason, you know, people are singling out people with disabilities is because they're weak, mate. You know, it's easy to pick on somebody's flaws, mate, when they're obvious. You know, and a weak person does that. A strong person is someone that, you know, finds your weaknesses and picks your weaknesses apart piece by piece. But they don't pick the obvious weaknesses. They pick out the weaknesses in your personality. You know, they don't pick out the weaknesses in your you know, your gameplay. They don't pick out the weaknesses in your gender or your race or your physical disability or intellectual disability. That's what a weak person does. A strong person will find something in your personality that is ugly, and then they'll attack that. Now that there is going to hurt more than me sitting there going, oh, you're a trash gamer, mate. Oh, you're trash, mate. You can't play. Well, that's what the fuck. Who said I have to be a professional gamer? No one said you had to be a professional gamer. If you're having fun, well, isn't that the purpose of the game? I'm having fun hunting down red dots. I'm having fun hunting down bounties. I think it's fucking hilarious, mate. I get great shits and giggles from it. Because there's a bully that, you know, can't bully me. So when I make them go passive, I think that's funny. Because I'm a bigger bully than them. But I don't bully on the people that are easy victims. You know, I bully on the people that, you know, think that they're superior to others. And then I pick apart why they think that they're superior to others. Because I'm not superior to anyone. If anything, you know, I have my own insecurities and I have my own weaknesses. But those securities and weaknesses aren't a weakness. If anything, it's a strength, mate. You know, you got to embrace your vulnerabilities, mate. Because if you're vulnerable, you know, you're open to new things. As soon as you protect those vulnerabilities, you'll never ever come across new situations or new people or new ideas or new anything. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to agree with everything, but you shouldn't lose friends over not agreeing with one another. Well, you go and you do what you have to do, and, you know, apologise for your sister for upsetting her before, and I'm telling you now, your mum will be impressed. You know, you got to start being a bigger brother, mate. You know, you look at Gtav. He looks after his little sisters, mate. He's got 4 of them. You've only got the 1. His job's harder than yours. So have fun, you know, and yeah, stop worrying about things. Stop worrying about what other people do. Well, you're saying that you're off now and you're on your way, and oh, mate, I know exactly what you said. Just because I don't speak your language doesn't mean that I can't empathise. You don't have to speak the same language to understand one another, mate. It's all in the tone of your voice. It's all in your reaction to others. Now, you know, German people sound very aggressive, but they're not. It's just their language is a very aggressive language. It's like the Russian language. It sounds very harsh. It sounds very stern. But, you know, you've got to empathise with the type of people and where they come from, mate. You know, I sound like every other fucking New Zealander. I sound like a whinger.
You thought about giving me some shares?
Catch you later, buddy. And don't stress. Stress kills.
How can I help you? Let me know what you want, and I'll tell the Pegasus people to get it ready. Okay, I'll get it landed on the helipad.
So is this psycho gonna let me kill him? Oh, you passive piece of shit. You need to register as a CEO if you're killing people, Ihoon. You'll get bad sport. At the moment you're looking pretty clean. What mischief are you getting up to, Fierce? You're very quiet in the corner there, buddy. You haven't fallen asleep on us again, have you? I would love to, Ihoon. What do you feel like doing? I'm Pacific Standard ready, and I'm Bogdan ready. I don't know if Fierce needs help, but we're going to need a fourth if he needs help with his high setups. But yeah, we've got no issue. We can smash some out if you want. If anything, I wouldn't say no. I've got, what, 75 mil now. Yeah, sounds good. Are you there, Fierce? I think he's AFK at the moment. Sounds like he's making something for eats. Headshots and Benny bots. That Benny bot's a prick because headshots wouldn't be fucking him over if he wasn't pissing him off. I can't understand why that Benny bot prick isn't going more psycho than he is. He's still pink. Fuck, I wonder how many people got me lit up. Oh, that was awesome. Look, that was awesome. You just snuck right in front of me. Fuck, that was a sexy landing. Was that an F11? fucking A, you got that shit down, man. Fuck, I am jealous. This guy thinks his roly-poly shit's gonna help. Are you back here? So yeah, if you want to run some heists. Oh, I just seen you killing him and I thought that he was griefing you, mate. Oh, okay. Oh, okay, sorry. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I asked you who the target was. Are you friends with everybody in party? Are you friends with everybody in party? No, in my party. Have you got iHoon on your list? Okay, can you just send friend invites out so that we don't end up killing each other on the targeting system? It just helps. Shit, no, I didn't mean to make your friend leave. It's like, I just thought you were killing him because he was being a douchebag, mate. Yeah, no. Yeah. Yeah, no, we're looking for psychos, mate, but they keep on going passive on us. It's not fair. They want to kill everybody else, but they don't want to play. Yeah. See, my belief system is like, if you know, you're going psycho, I don't think you should be able to activate passive. Well, that's that. I'm just so tired of being passive topped, you know? Are you doing MC? You doing an MC? Yeah. CEO will not give you a mental state. Now, CEO allows you to kill anybody who's a white dot. Now, the MC means that you can't go around killing people with the white dot. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Oh, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to rise it on MC. But with the MC, it's the lower level of the two. So what happens is it takes a lot longer, but you can still get a mental state from MC. Because you're meant to be doing the motorcycle club stuff. Whereas CEO, you're not restricted to just doing CEO stuff. Like MC work is meant to be against other MC clubs, no one else. And that's why your mental state will rise. Like, you will notice over time it will rise if you're blowing up vehicles. Whereas in a CEO, you can blow up as many vehicles as you want. But yeah, I have noticed that people in motorcycle clubs getting bad sport notifications, whereas I don't get a bad sport notification because I'm always in CEO. Like, I won't initiate any attack while I'm not in a CEO just because that's that fact. And not just that, it's like I've got access to you know, air weapons and air vehicles.
whereas MC you don't have the same access to certain things. The MC is meant to be designed so that you're fighting amongst MCs. Yeah, so like the MC can attack a CEO just like a CEO can attack the MC, and that won't affect stuff, but the MC going around killing the white dots, that does take its effect over time. Oh, so there's no griefers left. Yeah, Bol. It's lots of fun. I really enjoy it. It's just really sad when you're having to deal with fuckwits all the time.
The game would just be good if that shit didn't happen on a daily basis.
Yeah, like the jet bikes flying around killing everyone.
It's either every second session you join or every session you join.
You do know that I've got 2 degrees, both in finance?
Yeah. I've noticed it's starting to get a bit quieter now. I get a lot of people leaving the lobby when I join. Just because of the simple fact is I'm searching for that bounty, I'm searching for that, you know, psycho.
So,
And they're generally the ones that are afraid of losing their KD. So the first ones to quit out.
Have a good day.
My favourite one is when they do the orbital cannon glitch. It's like, mate, you just dropped an orbital cannon on me and you left. Well, you haven't collected the kill count and you haven't affected my KD. Pretty much.
What do they even care about the KD?
It doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything.
What is it a fucking stat? It's nothing to brag about.
I know.
I've met bunches of cunts that fucking increase their KD when they're like...
Remember, I'll do anything as long as it's legal.
Yeah.
Ish.
After a while, they
Oh,
get to a
hi.
certain rank and they have
What do you
to
need?
high KD because they-
Sure. It's on the way to
You
the
want to know
helipad.
something funny about that? If they haven't been killed by another player, if you kill them once, it drops at 10%. So say they have 100 KD, all you have to do is kill them once and they lost 10 points on their KD. Pretty much they have to kill me over 100 times for me to be affected by, you know, 0.1%. And that's what makes me laugh. I've died so many times, I've been killed so many times, you can't really affect my KD. My KD gets affected when I'm playing friendly matches, like, you know, the races, the GTA races, and we're killing each other in the game. That's where my KD gets affected. But free mode, it doesn't really matter. It's like, what the fuck, mate? You know, there's too many toys for me to play with. I just love denying them. Well, it's just your kill-death ratio. It's like, well, okay, so, you know, you've killed 100 people without dying. Well, that matters. That matters. It doesn't matter, and yeah, it doesn't matter in GTA. What matters in GTA is your good sport. If you're clocking up good sport, well, that matters, because if you lose your good sport, well, you become a dodgy player. You don't want to play with a dodgy player. You want to play with clean players, you know? That's what matters, is your bad sport. So by avoiding bad sport, you avoid the dodgy player. And you really don't want to end up in a bad sport lobby with a fucking dunce's cap on your head, because you're literally a dickhead, because nobody wants to play with you. But yeah, I just love doing the heists and hunting jet bikes. Like, if I see a jet bike, it's like, I'm sorry, I'm just going to kill it, because it's like, that's the only vehicle I see going around killing everyone. You know, there's nothing more than a challenge than having a dogfight with a fucking mobility scooter. You know, you're using a disability aid. It's like Deluxo dicks, mate. You can't even dodge their fucking missiles.
It's like, how disabled are you as a player? Who else is in the party? Fierce? Is it just us? Oh, headshots. Would you be keen to do some heists and heist setups? Yeah, you into that shit? Oh, okay. That's all cool. Who else is online? Is Isis online? He said he was going to come and help. Do you want to, yeah, give Isis a message, buddy. See if he'll jump in and give us a hand, and we can smash out your heist setups. Because Ihoon's keen, I'm keen. I'm getting bored with killing people.
Yeah, well, jump on this one.
Yeah. Oh, aye. Okay. Can't be fucked doing Bogdans. I can run you Bogdan. See what Isis is doing. Yeah, see what Isis is doing. See if we can get Isis in too. And I'll run a Bogdan so you got some cash and then you can set yours up. Oh, I love them. They are so much fun for griefing people and passive. Yeah. Oh, RC is such a great griefing tool. And you know the funniest thing with the RC? If someone orbital cannons you, they get charged for the kill, but they don't receive the kill. And fuck, they sit there and then they message you and say, oh, you're modding, or you're in God mode. It's like, no mate, you just blew up my RC, mate. You know, you had to pay for that shit. So if they rage quit on you, it's even more funnier because they didn't even fuck you up. Oh yeah, especially when they're paying 700,000 to kill an RC. It's like, what a waste of money. Dumbass. Whereas I'm quite happy to spend 750k to kill someone. Oh, they're so much fun. That's probably one of my favourite toys to fuck around with, the passive griefer. Because you just sit there and get the police attention on you, and then you just park at their feet. It's a really quiet lobby now. Oh, the dynamic just changes so much when the griefers go away. People start running their shit. Well, yeah, run that, mate. Run that. Yeah, run that. You got air support, you got ground support, you know, run your shit, your nightclub stuff. Just let me know if anybody's, you know, invading your personal space, and I'll come sort that shit out. You know, misdirection, mate. Focus on me instead of you. I love the attention, even though it's negative attention. Yeah. I actually prefer negative attention over fucking positive attention just because I've been conditioned that way. I actually find it more flattering. It's like hate stronger than love. When you go to bed at night, you're going to be thinking of me. Cry yourself to sleep, bitch. Oh, mate. You know, the only time I'm fucking struggling is when they're glitching or they're in God mode or some shit. And then they're sitting there fucking messaging you, you know, oh, you're fucking trash, mate. It's like, yeah, mate, I'm flying around in first person and I'm fucking doing everything in first person. I'm the one that's trash, you know, you're in third person using cheats. Who can't play? Yeah, I'm the one pissing myself laughing, you're the one fucking raging. You know, don't get me wrong, I rage once in a while, but I'm only raging because it's like I'm fucking being fucking harassed by a whole heap of bullies, and it's like, well, fucking bring it, you fucking pieces of shit. What's your fucking problem? Yeah, they are, mate. They're just miserable people that want to make everybody else miserable, just like them. Pretty much. Well, I've got a stalker now. Stalks me everywhere. It's fucking great. Just trying to get him to do death threats and shit, so I've got something to report to the police. Yeah, well, can't do anything about it until I receive a death threat. Yeah, well, I'll receive a death threat, mate. Well, fuck, mate. It's got nothing to do with Rockstar or PlayStation Network anymore. It don't matter what country you're in, death threat's a death threat, and it's illegal in any country you come from. Yeah, well, if you're in a Commonwealth country, it's easier to prosecute. You know, if you're in a fucking axis of evil country, well, of course you're going to get away with it. I believe in karma anyway. Oh, got a bounty. Karma is a bitch, man. Real bitch. But karma can actually be a blessing as well. Fuck, I didn't have to pay for my packet of cigarettes today. So I must be doing something, you know, the universe is agreeing with. Well, I was sitting there, I was thinking, oh fuck, my budget's a bit tight, I'm going to have to sacrifice a few luxuries. And I went to buy my cigarettes and I didn't get charged for my cigarettes, and I'm sitting there going, well, that's $60 that I've got in my pocket that I didn't have before. You know, if I had noticed, you know, I would have fucking, you know, did the honest thing, but, you know, it's too late. I'm not going to go out of my way and fucking go to the supermarket and say, hey, did you know that I didn't pay? Well, fuck, mate, I'm just going to get somebody in trouble. You know, they're going to get disciplined because, you know, if it wasn't for my honesty, well, they would have, you know, given away a pack of cigarettes. Whereas if nobody knows about it, well, no harm, no foul. Because if, you know, I go back and pay for it, it's like, well, who sold them to you? That person's in trouble now because, you know, they're not paying attention in their job. But they could have a personal issue in their life, you know, where they've got other shit on their mind. You know, and I just created more grief in their life, you know, by being the honest person. You know, sometimes it doesn't always pay to tell the truth, you know. Sometimes a white lie is harmless. You know, your partner's depressed or, you know, is letting themselves go, and they sit there and they go, oh, I'm fat, I'm ugly. It's like, well, yeah, okay, you are a little bit overweight, yeah, okay, you are letting yourself go, but you don't sit there and tell them that. You lie to them and say, no, you're right, you know. It's like you're just a bit down at the moment, you know. Still beautiful, even though that you're cringing. Well, thank you. Yeah. Thank you very much. Come again.
Thank you very much. Come again.
Yeah, you got to get the wiggle on. Come on, Mr. Griefer, come out. I'm waiting for you, Mr. Griefer.
Too much of a wolf.
What did ISIS message you? Is she still online?
No.
Mrs. Silence left. Couldn't handle the jandle. Just send party out of invites out. The easiest way is to up your phone, go to the content, contact, click on the contact, go to profile, and then there's like a little headset, and you click on that, and that invites the person to your party. Oh, good song. Fly low challenge will begin. Is that because I was flying low everywhere? I love how the fucking game picks up on shit. What are you flying, Iron? Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? Oh, Savage 2. This is going to be interesting. Okay, it's about to start. About 2 minutes. I'm going to roll a quick cigarette. Oh, there's a bounty. We'll go get the bounty. Make the cunt shit his pants. Breakup song, Ray, don't write in. Who sings it? Greg Kane Band. Who the fuck's that? Oh, good shit. Okay, a minute. I've got a minute to roll a figgy. Oh, is this guy trying to shoot at us? That would be silly. "32 seconds. I better roll this quick then. "20 seconds. Oi! 5 seconds. Shit, 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 shit. I'll give you a head start. Oops. Fuck. Fucking clip something. What did I clip? Oh, I gotta stop clipping shit. Fuck it. Keep an eye out on that Hypo Insanity. He's just gone off radar. Well, I try to be a fine specimen, Neve. Can't beat my 11,000. I keep on clipping shit. Oh, good song. Makes it easier to play. Doing the fly low challenge, mate. Just waiting for PS to find a fourth. So if you're allowed to play, that would be awesome. But if you're not, don't stress about it. We're just fucking around until we can get a heist setup going. Yeah. Is ISIS on, ready to go?
ISIS is offline.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh, my mind's very calm, mate. My mind is more at chaos when I am playing chess. Because with chess, I've got to think of every consequence to every action. Now, when I'm playing GTA, I'm not thinking about consequences, mate. I'm just fucking sitting there looking for a victim. There's no strategy, really. It's just fucking kill or be killed. In chess, mate, you've got to use every piece at your disposal while protecting your vulnerabilities, though. So chess is actually really stressful. But I enjoy it because you're thinking like different angles and you're trying to put yourself in your opponent's head. Yes. Now it's called micro-dosing. So it's not enough for you to get the no, that's fine, but explain to your mum, you know, and get the research behind you and just show her the medical proof. Now, you're not dosing yourself enough for to have a negative effect. You're dosing yourself enough so you're receiving the positive effects from it, because it's literally a poison. It's a poison. Now, what that poison does, it's not toxic. It just poisons you. Okay, it's about the dosage. Now, it's very important to get your dosage correctly. Like, you got to calculate your weight. So, right, if you're around about 50 kilos, literally 0.1 gram a day for 7 days is enough, and you don't have the issues anymore. If you are, say, 70 kilos, it'll be about 0.2 of a gram. So it's just micro amounts. It's not enough to even to feel it, and it's not even enough for your body to sit there and have its defense mechanisms triggered. Yeah, see, I took pretty much about 8 grams. Now, I took 8 grams just because the simple fact is I have kind of like expanded my consciousness in a way that I won't get afraid. So it's like I'm not, like, even if I am in that fear state, I can train my mind to go, well, this is just the effects. It's not real. So even if I'm under the influence of a certain substance, that substance doesn't control me. I'm controlling that substance even though that I'm within that state. You know, it's like peyote. You know, I can sort of like control where it is going. I also cheat by eating chocolate. Now, chocolate is changing your endorphins, so it... Oh, cool. Well, then we can have some really intellectual debates, mate. We can have some really good conversations, because, you know, a lot of the time, you know, the people that are listening, they just think I'm having a one-way conversation with myself. But yeah, if you have a headset, bro, it just makes life a lot easier, because then everybody can kind of like get the two sides of the conversation, so it's just not a one-way conversation. Like, it's not just having the same interests as one another. You've got to, you know, expand your experiences, you know, with different types of thinking mind, you know, because other people are perceiving things differently to you. Now, whether it's correct or not, you know, it's still a different perspective that you're not looking at.
Back up.
Who are you telling to back up, buddy?
I need back up.
Alright, whereabouts? Stick your bounty down.
Rockfield Hills.
Yep. Okay. What's the name, mate? What's the name? If you can.
They're gangbangers.
Gangbangers. I can't see them.
Red circles.
Gotcha. So it's not a griefer. We're incoming, buddy. Okay, we're on you.
Well, I hangs near me.
Yeah. That's all good.
Well, going three gigs all what the same.
Hey?
Three gigs all look the same.
Yeah.
Hey, you don't know which in the right direction.
I fucking hate Spaghetti Junction, mate.
Yeah, that's all I thought.
When you're learning,
Junction Road.
yeah, when you're learning, what you want to do is be dropping down your purple line. So if you hold your interaction menu and then press sideways once, it will take you to what your target is. It just makes it easier because then you know where your turn-offs are and what direction you need to be going in. And once you learn the map, it kind of comes a lot simpler. But it takes time. It takes a lot of time. And it's a lot easier in the air because when you're up in the air, it's like you can see more.
Whoa. We're behind.
Well, cancer is actually triggered. Cancer is in everyone. Cancer is a mutation of your genetics. So the older you get, the more mutations you have. Skin cancer comes from people using sunscreens. Because what's happening is the skin isn't committing suicide, so the cells don't commit suicide, so they don't like die and fall off. That's why you get sunburn, because it's like your skin cells have suicided themselves to stop that cancer from spreading. Now when you're using things like sunscreen, it suppresses the suicide gene in the cell. But yeah, cancers are curable. They're totally curable. Because all it is a mutation in the cell. That's why they're focusing so much on genetics. But genetics isn't the answer. The answer is food. Because every single food has a ability to trigger or like turn off a defense mechanism in the body. Okay, how did that happen? Did you drive into it?
No, I was driving on the other side, and the thing hit the car and that blew the truck up.
Oh, okay. Here. Shoot me in the head, buddy. Shoot me in the head. I deserve it. I deserve a bullet for that. Yeah, I'm sorry, I fucked
what?
up. Yeah. Here, put a bullet
It's
in my
alright.
head. Nah, put a bullet in my head. I need a bullet in my head. It's inexcusable. That was a fucking rookie mistake, mate. I know the crew level goes down. Like, my friendly fire doesn't allow me to target him, but I shot the guy too close next to him. Yeah, pop me in the head, mate. Thank you. Fuck, mate, that's the first kill we've got on each other. How long have we known each other?
Yeah.
How long have we known it?
Wow.
Yeah, wow.
About, 3, 4 weeks?
Yeah,
Maybe longer?
yeah. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I owe you a Bogdan. Yeah, I'll run it now.
It's okay.
No, I'll run it now. I fucked up your fucking shit, bro. That was such a noob.
Yeah, I just kind of did the same. He was helping me and he kind of, blew my shit up.
Yeah, we don't target you, but we target the person next to you, and if a person is too close to you, it fucking, counts as
Nah,
a kill.
he was shooting the cops at the in his shopper and, it kind of caught the truck on fire and it blew up.
Well, that's what it is, mate, you know. Fortnite is very, 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 what would you say?
Gay.
Well, not just that, it's not healthy. Like, a lot of the kids, they're just becoming more and more violent because of it. Because of being desensitized to it. Even though that the gore factor, isn't there, and even though that you know, the weapons aren't real and all that sort of shit, and it's very cartoony like Borderlands, it still takes away the empathy for others. So they're getting a lot of pleasure from, you know, causing grief, and that carries over into their personal lives, you know, where they start to get pleasure from creating, you know, issues that the issues aren't there, you know, or making someone's life more difficult than it needs to be. Like, even my kids are sitting there going, you know, they're getting bullied a lot, and it's like, well, the only reason they're getting bullied is because, you know, the people that are bullying them are, well, obviously jealous, you know. So yeah, I just sent out crew invites, so jump in here, iHoon, and jump in here first. It looks like we're the only 2 online, 3 online. Everybody else is playing that fucking Borderlands by the sounds of it. Well, Michael can fuck right off.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm not doing it for him.
No.
Yeah, well, he's dirty. Me and Dirty Killer were having a race, and he sat there and camped out and fucking killed me twice.
What a wanker.
Well, I had won the race. I won the race. I totally won the race by fucking a good, what, 3 or 4 kilometers? But because of the respawns, fucking Dirty overtook me and took the race. Like, I mean, it was neck and neck. And he just took me because we were proving a point, how difficult first person was compared to third person. Are you going to help us on this, iHoon? But yeah, Michael got pissed off, like, within, like, what, 300 meters of the race. He just couldn't play in first person. Because he's sitting there telling me I'll go third. Well, he's telling me to go third person. Okay, doll. But yeah, he's telling me to play in third person. I'm getting fucked off with him. I'm saying, mate, you know, shut the fuck up. Stop telling me to play my game the way to play my game, you know. And it's like, you know, I'm enjoying my game. And he going, oh, well...
It's like when he told us to do that blaming, like, utility shit.
Well, he was just bragging, you know, about how great he was. But as soon as we locked it in first person, he gave up within, like, the first corner. And me and Dirty, you know, Dirty doesn't play first person, but, you know, he still fucking gave it a crack, mate. He was doing fucking awesome.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, okay, he was losing because I had the advantage over him. Because I always play in first person. And it was just like, well, okay, bro, put your money where your mouth is. And he bitched out straight away. And because he bitched out, he thought it would be funny if he stopped me from winning. And I didn't find it funny. Dirty Killer didn't find it funny. No, it's nothing to take personally. It's just like, oh, okay, fuck mate, stop being a dick.
What would have been funny if I was in that race, if he, like, did it to me, I would have picked on Blaze.
Oh, me and Dirty were having a race, just to prove a point that it's not easy being in first person. And Michael's sitting there going, you know, why would you just go third? And I'm getting really fucked off with my view always going third person. So if you know how to turn that off, because like it never used to do that. It's only just recently, it's like every time I die, I go into third person and I don't know why and I don't know how to set it. Well, you need to start doing stuff around the house need to show your mum that, you know, it's a positive influence, it's not a negative influence, because your mum's still in the mindset that this game is a negative influence on your life. That's why she's restricting your time. She wouldn't restrict your time if, you know, your social and your family responsibilities were being met. So stop neglecting your family life, and then maybe your mum would ease back on her restrictions of your usage. Because, you know, this can be an addictive hobby. You know, I can put it down and walk away from it. A lot of people can't put it down and walk away from it.
I'll wait until you're ready. So my broadcast will stop after this meet, so I'll start up a new broadcast once I've finished it, and I'll make sure that, you know, obviously I make the information private on the close. Oh shit, sorry man, I forgot to stop. Are you set up there?
Okay.
Are you going to be alright up there? Have you landed? Have you landed? Okay, just grab the jet ski. Just grab a jet ski if it's there, because those helicopters are going to come at you. Are they coming at you? They are? Fuck. I'm sorry, bro. Going too quick. Jump in the jet ski. Is there one there? Otherwise, just fucking jump in the back and fuck them up with the Avenger. Yeah, I was rushing it, bro.
Me passport and job in Veil of Silicon.
Are you good? Oh, hey bro. Welcome to the broadcast. I'm just running a Bogdan for a friend.
Hey, shit! Alright, go to the bridge. Network runs through point on center console.
You don't know what you're doing. Stop it! Stop it now! You are biggest idiots of whole wide world. Americans. This is a big mistake. Like rest in bed. Stupid. Stupid.
Mr. Hurt still give job, yes. I American now. When's my keynote?
Holy shit. What the fuck am I going up for?
Get up to the bridge.
Oh, sake. Get off the fucking ladder. Oh, fuck. Oh, I got no fucking snacks. Have I got body armor? Fuck that one up. Oh, mate, we're not griefers. We hunt griefers, mate. So if you're being griefed, yeah, no, let us know. But yeah, jump on one of our sessions sometime and fucking join the crew. But yeah, no, that's not what we're about, eh? We're about fucking helping each other through the game.
Wait a minute! Wait a minute! Wait,
And
we calm
my
down
biggest
just 1 minute for less
thing
than
is
1
looking
minute.
for bounties
Look,
and
look
red
very
dots,
much like
mate.
you
I
have
love
wrong
red
end
dots.
of shit. You got stuck
And if
in
the
the
griefers
stick.
are
You're
griefing
not
me, and if the griefers are focused on me, well, they're not going around doing their griefing anymore, you know? They're preoccupied with getting their vendetta on me.
No, kill me all you like! But stop! Listen.
It's just when they take it personal, and they make it personal.
Sure, I would like to destroy America, control Russia, and destroy fabric of civilization as we know it. But these are all piping dreams. I am here to help solve
it is about socialisation, that's why we play video games, is so that we can meet new people and play games with new people, you know. It's just sad that certain games are creating this environment of people that
you know, exploit it in a way where it's negative. And there's a lot of toxic people, so, you know, a lot of parents, they're not playing the game, so they don't understand the fascination. You know, I'm a parent myself. Now, I'm not going to let my children play this game just because of the toxicity up there. I allow my daughter to play the game, but again, I'm supervising that gameplay, and I'm playing the game with her. Okay, it's wrong that I'm letting my child chase fatties around the map, but she thinks it's bloody funny watching fat people run up and down the street while she's chasing them with a gun. She thinks it's fucking hilarious, and I just think it's hilarious how she thinks it's hilarious. Now, when she's playing a video game, you know, I make sure that there's no interaction with anybody else in the game. It's just her driving the car around, her buying clothes and dressing up her character. That's it. You know, there's no real violence that she's being witness to. You know, and again, she's not socialising with anybody in the game. You know, so I can understand your mum's concern.
Good luck!
Well, that's it, and it's being mature enough to handle conflict. Because if you're sitting there screaming and losing your tit and fucking not controlling your temper, well, straight away your parent is going to remove and restrict your use. But if you're playing the video game and you're enjoying it, well, there's no reason to be restricting your use. And if you're socialising with other people, well, you know, how often do you get a chance to socialise, you know, in the real world? You don't know more. Everybody's on their phone. Everybody's on Instagram. If anything, Facebook is more dangerous than GTA. There's more toxicity in Facebook than there is on GTA. You know, you look at Instagram. My daughters, I will not allow to use Instagram because of what my older daughters are doing on Instagram. You know, they're sitting there and they're sending, you know, pornographic pictures to strangers. And, you know, they're, I don't know, portraying an image of themselves that aren't them. You know, and the last thing I want to do is see a pornographic picture of my daughter shared somewhere. They're just not there, Neve. And that's the beauty about social networking on PSN. You know, you're meeting people that you don't come across in real life. Like, in the real world, you know, why would I be socialising with a 13-year-old? That would class me as a paedophile. But within a video game, it all comes down to your maturity level. So, you know, you're able to meet people of different age groups, different social groups, different ethnicities that you wouldn't meet in the real world. Now, it's just understanding the difference and having the maturity to know the difference between someone that's toxic and someone that's, you know, beneficial. There's enough toxic people on this game. I don't want to be one of them. I want to be a positive influence, because as selfish as it sounds, you know, you're 13 or 14 now, say in 5 years, 6 years time, you're going to take on some sort of trade, and you're going to be a mature adult. Now, that means, you know, I've made a social connection, or I've made, you know, a friend from somewhere else. Well, that could benefit me in the future. I'm not doing it for that reason. I'm doing it because it's like, you know, I've done some things in my life that I'm not proud of. So, you know, if I can have a positive influence on one person, well, shit, I feel better about myself. So, you know, you say that I'm not being selfish, but technically I am. I'm being very selfish. You know, I'm doing things for karma value. Now, by doing things for karmatic value, that goes against the karma code, because, you know, you're not doing it for a reward. You're doing it just for being, you know, a decent human being, which is what I'm trying to do. And with that, it comes the karmatic reward from that. It's like today, I got a free packet of cigarettes. I don't understand what I did to deserve that free packet of cigarettes, but the universe decided that, okay, I was in need of, you know, that extra financial aid from the universe, you know, because my budget was tight. I was going to have to sacrifice certain luxuries in my life, and the universe thought, well, no, you shouldn't have to sacrifice your luxuries. You can keep your luxuries because you've done something that deserves that karmatic reward. Now, I'm not doing it for the reward, obviously, but that reward is still there, so it's kind of like an incentive to be a good person. Because, you know, if you don't believe in it, well, you know, it's there. Good attracts good, you know, bad attracts bad. So the more good energy that you can draw into your life, the more positive your life's going to be. I'm just going to be exiting out now, so my broadcast will end, and I'll start up a new one.